How you doing, people? Very, very, very good to see you. Been thinking about silence and space, hence the choice of the first tune. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, writing songs that voices never share, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence. It's very important, silence, isn't it? It gives sense to the bits in between. The loud bits. What am I talking about? I don't know. Great to see you. And well, feel you. Feel your presence. Show number 30. Can't believe it. And I don't really know how many weeks we've been locked down. Somebody tell me, is it 7 or 8? Something like that. And we're here for a little while yet. I hope you're doing good. And I don't know about you, but it's hard not to listen to the news, isn't it? I try not to, but what's people saying to me? Oh, okay. It's hard not to. It's best not to, but it's hard not to. Well, it's best not to listen to it every single hour anyway. But I was a bit concerned. It's sort of looking like it's going to be a bit longer till I'm back out on the road. Some of you may be back to work already, and is that too soon? I don't know, but I think it's going to be a long time until I'm back. So I'm so glad we've got this. This is precious, and a way that we can get together. It's our virtual village hall in the Zen Den, Heion-ji, the temple of peace and calm. So I hope we can keep meeting like this until we can meet in person. And I like to think of it as our virtual village hall. It does feel small and intimate, and we've got our regulars, our lovely regulars, and then it's like regulars and a few visitors dropping in. It's a good feeling. And so, I've played to, as you lot know, I've played to 70, 80,000 people. in stadiums and outdoor festivals and Glastonbury, and that can be thrilling and exhilarating, but it's nowhere near the wonderfulness of a magical village hall or art centre or Grindleton Pavilion, Ennerdale Gather, Barton Ropery Hall, 70 to 150 people. That's what I'm talking about. That's such a great feeling. A virtual village hall. Ah dear. Wakefield Rugby Club. That's another good one. Who would have ever thought that a rugby club could become a wonderful venue? It's crazy. Thank you to Peter and Jane up there in Stokesley. And big thanks to Kevin. Very much appreciate that. Now, apparently there's a good haiku in, but I'm not getting chat tonight for some reason. Not getting any chat at all. So maybe my team, my staff back there in the office, in the studio room, can feed anything important through to me. That'd be good. Because I know you're there. There can't be nobody saying anything. I can't believe that. Let's have a tune. Now, you've met him before, virtually, and some of you will have met him actually on a gig. Plays keyboards quite often in the classic sax solos lineup, Mr. Stuart Collingwood. And he sent me a cheeky little tune here. And it's very suited by its title to us three here locked down in the Zen Den, because we are indeed a pack of monkeys. And Stuart's fine melody, what he has sent me, what he wrote himself, is called Bananas. So let's have a listen. Are you there, Stuart? He sent me some video. And, you should never really apologise for your work. But we all do, us musicians. We go, I'm sorry, I've got a bad read. So he said he's done some video, but it's on a furloughed budget. Bananas. Thank you very much, Mr. Stewart. Top man. Like that. I like that very much. Right, I'm going to do what Joe told me. And see if you guys magically appear in my chat box. Nah, didn't work. Right, Joe, you can either come and save me or pass messages on. Of which the first message has come, and it's a haiku from Jen. Thank you, Jen. Snakes, Sax Creations, soothing our isolation. We are not alone. Oh, that's what I was hoping. All right. So you do this along with me. Joe said I've got to close the dashboard. I've closed it. And then I've got to go back to it. Oh, I've got Bobby McFerrin on there. Oh, this is high tech. Joe was slaving over a hot computer today, doing some editing, which you will see the results of before too long. I'll be sad if I don't see what you're chatting on about, because I like to hear you chat. Welcome back. Oh, there you are. Thank you, Joe. He's a good boy. He gets cross when I post pictures of him. So I've been told I'm not going to do it again. My peeps, Brenda, Sharon, Christian and Pat and Ian and Andrew Ford, another year older. Yak. Thank you, Yak. Joe Preston. Marvellous. Oh, look. Look at all those messages I missed. And most of you don't chat to me, you chat to each other, which is really good, because I'm busy concentrating on operating a saxophone. Yeah. Chris is there, Kevin's there, Sharon's there, Mike is there, Helen is there, Leslie's there, Diana is there. And lots of you are there who I know don't get involved in the chat for one reason or another, either because you can't work it out or you don't want to, and that's absolutely fine. So welcome one and all, indeed. So what has been happening? Bananas. Fantastic week for gifts for the three monkeys. We got all kinds of things. We got beads and crystals and flowers, and Joe got an Amazon card voucher. Lucky boy. And I got a rock. Here's me rock. Can you see that? It's from foreign. It's a foreign rock. It's beautiful, that, isn't it? Lovely quartz in it. Thank you, Yak, the benefactor of the rock. I can't believe you brought that back in your hand luggage or whatever. Oh, missed me toe. Fantastic. So that's been very exciting. Rick. Oh, Joe, you like the shirt? Well, that's good. And Sally is too busy making masks to make me any shirts. So, yeah. No, I've got tomato puree as well. But you haven't, Gaz. Nice rock. Rock. It's a lovely rock. And it was accompanied by a video showing where it came from. Was it France? It was foreign anyway. Well, it still is, but it's here now. It's been repatriated to the UK. Couldn't have got it in post-Brexit, I doubt. It is indeed a magnificent specimen, and you're not having it for your aquarium. Hi, John, north of the border. Superb. So yeah, Sally's been making squillions of masks, keeping the medics safer anyway. And she's been experimenting with a a crocheted panel at the back, but that's not quite perfected yet. When perfected, it'll make it comfy around the ears. The Durand Basin. Well, it looked lovely. The Guil River. Fantastic. Looked great down there, man. The sparrows are still upsetting me. Can't reason with them. The poor old house martins had another go at getting back, but didn't happen. Well, I haven't given up, but I'm a bit at a loss. And I view the sparrows in a much dimmer light than I used to. So I look at them, and instead of seeing just a sparrow, I see a sparrow in full army uniform with a rifle like that, because that's what they've been doing. They've been guarding the spot where the house martins wanted to nest. And it's not like they even nest in the same places or eat the same food or anything. Oh, I've got to stop. I'll get upset again. But to kind of, did make up for it, but it was a nice thing to counteract the distress of the sparrows versus the martins. I had a lovely owl sighting. Occasionally you see them in flight, like at dusk. Well, not so much here, but more often when in the old days when I used to drive places and come back from a gig late at night. Just occasionally see an owl swooping over. Very exciting. But I was here right in this very spot a little bit later, 2 nights ago. And you can't see it, but over there, there's a post. And I looked up, and there was an owl sat there. And he was a barn owl with a big, round, white face. And I think he was looking at me. I don't know. I was certainly looking at him for about a minute, and then he flew off. But just to see one stationary, I was excited anyway. Doesn't take much to get me excited. Good old owl sighting. Oh, and I wrote this down to tell you, and I've just realised that we still haven't eaten it. Yesterday, Sally made a rice pudding as a treat, and then we forgot to eat it. We forgot to eat it today as well, so maybe it'll be a post-gig treat. Local hero, my mate who was talking about Sunday, Starchy. Local hero he is. He's still poorly, but he's turned the corner, so we hope maybe next week we can spring him out of Scunthorpe General and get him back to the village. So, well, you won't be listening, will you, Starchy? But, we're thinking of you anyway, mate. Come on, get yourself together, get back home. Yeah, he's a worry. So, we've had Stuart, had a track from Stuart. And there's another fella who's made a sort of virtual appearance 3 or 4 times now, 5 or 6 times. Mr. Jeremy Bradford from Leeds, except he's from Otley. And now he's sort of, I think, I'm not saying he wasn't confident before, but he's just deciding what I ought to play and sending me stuff, which is good, it saves me making decisions. And so he sent me an Elton John song. Now, I've never played an Elton John song in my life. I think I once tried to work out the piano to one. But he writes some good melodies, doesn't he? And so I thought, well, I'm up for a challenge, so I'll have a go at it. And so I listened to Elton John do this song a few times with the headphones on, and then I put Jeremy's version on, and it was in a different key, and it was a different arrangement, but that doesn't matter. At least I know what key it's in. It's in D flat, I think. Sure, Elton didn't play it. Did Elton play in D flat? Anyway, you see what you think. I don't know. See if I. So my first note is D flat, I think. No, it's not. It's G. But you didn't need to know that either. I'm supposed to know what I'm doing. Thank you, Mr. Jeremy Bradford, for that lovely backing track. Keep them coming, mate. Actually, I mean credit. There's one more that he's suggested, but it needs a bit of work. Well, that one needed a bit of work. Probably needed more work than I did on it, but I wanted to do it for you tonight. And then it would mean I could tell you Elton John stories as well. Now, Elton John is one of the artists that I haven't worked with, in that I haven't been in the recording studio with him or on stage with him, but we often used to follow each other around. I mean, I'm sure he never tells anybody that he used to follow me around, but when I was an M person, or with Lisa Stansfield, we occasionally we'd be doing a festival and he'd be on after us or before us, and I knew a couple of guys in the band, just a bit, from working in recording studios. Charlie, I think, was the drummer. Charlie Morgan, was that right? Anyway, lovely bloke. So we just have a chat and compare notes, dogs of the road notes. I think perhaps the last time that we were on the same bill, it was, we were at the Royal Albert Hall, don't you know? And we sat and I was with Heather, and we sat and watched Elton do his sound check while we waited to do ours, and it was very funny. And if you've ever played the Albert Hall, you'll know it's very, very acoustically challenging for anything other than acoustic music. Really, it's great for choirs and orchestras, I imagine, but it's not so good as soon as you put anything rocky in there, because the acoustic is challenging, shall we say. And he was having a right go about the echoes and the reverb in a very, very kind of colourful, poetic and lyrical way, which I can't really repeat, but it was very funny. And it was one for the book, if I ever do a book. And but that night was memorable for other reasons. It was one of those charity galas. I think we only played one or two tunes each, I think one or two songs. And our band, the Heather Small band, I was the musical director, and we had a small, 6, 7 or 8 piece band, but we were augmented by a huge choir, nearly 100 people. I think it was I can't remember the exact title, something like the London Gay Men's Choir. It was something like that. It was a male voice choir anyway. And so as the musical director, I had to pop down to meet their musical director and hear the arrangement that they'd done for Proud. It was the song we were doing. And I popped in, they were still warming up. And I love that experience when to be with a big choir like that when they're warming up. I always join in, oh, I do all that stuff. But then they launched, he said, we'll sing through the arrangement that we'd done for Proud. And it was so beautiful. I could not believe it. I was really, really choked. And so I said, will you hang on? I've got to go and get Heather. And now normally I was a very, very gentle, softly, hands-off musical director. I just did what I needed and made sure she was comfortable and all that kind of thing. But on that occasion, I banged on a dressing room door. I said, Heather, you have to come and hear this, And so off we went, and they ran through it again, and we were both in bits, so beautiful. But then, as so often happens on the actual night, on the gig, the choir, we couldn't even see them. They were up in the, choir seats, up in the gods somewhere. So we couldn't see them at all. We could really barely hear them, and the magic wasn't there anymore, And life is so often like that, the good bits. You guys don't get to see the good bits. The good bits are when we're sat around the piano just rehearsing things before half the band arrive. Except that when we do, going back to the Village Hall theme, then the magic is there. Then things are real. They're just as good as the sound check, or better. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes on those massive shows, you can't get that intimacy. You can't get that magic. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it does. But often it didn't that night. Anyway, that's my I got off on one there, but that was my Elton John story. Oh, thanks, Steve. Another tin of baked beans. So yeah, I've been practicing my hand pan, so that when we do the quiet, gentle show on Sunday night, I'll get the hand pan out again. That's by popular request, believe it or not. I'll have you know. Preparing for a saxophone workshop, which we run every Sunday morning. Also thinking about, started with the sound of silence, thinking about space and the gaps in between the notes. They're just as important as the notes. I shall be telling them that on Sunday morning. Never going, yeah, Snake, yeah, okay. Tell us how to growl. No. They won't. They're a good bunch. 11 o'clock Sunday morning. I am looking at the Masked Man too. Where's the Masked Man? I don't know what you are referring to. Oh, Rick, you started it, did you? All right. There's somebody in a mask behind me. Where? Is it there? Is it there? Oh, you got me going now. You're seeing things that I can't see. Yes, mate. What have you started? Oh, I was happy when I couldn't see the chat. Confused now. I think there's a ghost in the machine. Okay. Now, this is the Haiku Challenge. Rewind. Duncan the Sax Mad Dentist. We're on show 30. On about show 4 or 5, he said, I've got this idea that I want to challenge everybody to come up with haikus. 575. Snaky themed haikus. My left elbow, this one, because are we in reverse? The picture under the sax. Is it that one? Or is it that one? I mean, that one's obvious, isn't it? It's a modern art picture of loads of saxophones. Must be this one. That is, my brother gave me this. It's Sonny Stitt and Coleman Hawkins having a chat. Must have just seen it at a funny angle. I mean, it is at a funny angle. It's a photograph. There you go. Sonny Stitt and Coleman Hawkins, two of the greats. Just excuse me 1 minute. I'll straighten it when you're gone. So, a haiku that I missed, and this is a BLB special from Ian and Judith. Cold wind blows from Yorkshire to Lincolnshire. All is calm with Snake. Yeah, love it. Oh, and then the staff haiku writer, Mr. Val Schultz, sent me about 17 of them. This is a lockdown one. Hair keeps on growing. Consequences of lockdown. Wife wielding scissors. I like that one, Val. That's great. And apparently Val and Karen got caught out by the frost. They're very keen gardeners, especially Karen. And, lots of people have taken the advantage to get on with the garden. But they got caught out by that nasty frost. So, as Ian and Judith were talking about, because it was some chilly days, weren't there? The cold wind blowing from Yorkshire to Lincolnshire. Here we go. Garden keeps us sane. Much damage to plants. Jack Frost spoils our sanity. Oh, no, I've done this wrong. Hang on. Oh, no, I haven't. Garden keeps us sane. Much damage to plants. Jack Frost spoils our sanity. And then there's another plant one. Plants suffer damage. Nothing stays the same. Climate change is here to stay. Oh, no, I'm messing them all up. I'm going to leave these and look at them for next week and put them into some kind of order. I've got them running into each other. It's like a massive long diatribe. I'll do the last one because then I can sort that one out. I should have rehearsed, shouldn't I? Sorry, Val. Well, I've got the first one, and then you can have the last one, which is... Now, we've been talking in the saxophone workshops a lot about ear training, because that's so much an essential part of what we do. If your ear's not hot, then the melodies that are in your mind, they're not going to transfer smoothly and beautifully to your horn. So we've been talking about that an awful lot, and suggesting ways that we can get better at it and get those muscle ears flexing. So here we go. Melody in mind. Fingers and ears search for notes. Doodling in the dark. That's not such an optimistic, rosy picture, that one, Val. So we gotta get those ears. Press ups for your ears. That's what I'm giving you. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this one and get a tiddler. So I had one of my ideas as it was coming up towards Friday for this show, and it's an opportunity to have a bit of fun with the many snakes, like we did with Why Do Fools Fall in Love the other day, and also just to demonstrate how simple music can be, and yet still very beautiful and sophisticated. And this tune, Just My Imagination, I think it's written by Smokey Robinson and maybe a couple of others, but we hear it by the Temptations more often. But there's only 2 chords in the whole thing, and then a third chord that comes just once. But it doesn't matter, that's all it needs. It's just so beautiful. When the chorus comes, it's completely different, but it's still the same 2 chords. So I've kind of demonstrated that with my ham-fisted singing. So I sing a bass line and then just 2 chords over the top with the higher voices. The bass line never changes, and chords barely change, except for that one that comes in, that third chord comes in the middle 8. See if you spot it, and also see if you spot, because it was quite a grueling vocal workout, and one of the snakes, in desperation, grabs a quick sip of water right in the middle, because there were no gaps in the vocal backing, because they're doing the chords, so they couldn't stop. See if you spot that, like a test, like the gorilla with the basketball people in when you do the speed awareness. Remember that? No, you're too good. Oh, we'll have a go. Let's have a go. And the main thing, join in with all the snakes and sing, because I'm going to play it on this, but sing it and you sing along and sing the choruses especially. That's what I'm on about. Where are you, snakies? One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doom. Do 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 doom doom do 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 doom do 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 doom do 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 Five snakes. It's 4 too many, really, isn't it? And well done, Joe, with that, because that was a lot of stitching and jiggery pokery, and I messed the end up, and he sort of fixed it for me. They were all over the place, those snakies, just on that end phrase. So I'm glad we got the picture sorted out. It was worrying me after it started worrying you. And that was a real vocal workout. And there probably is a way that I could have done it in bits, but there's not a way that I could work out, not on the audio side. So I had to smash through each pass, obviously for 4 minutes. And the voice is a muscle. And my muscle was aching big time, honestly. You could probably hear it. You could probably hear the old croak and gasp. Respect to those background vocalists. Such a hard gig. I was thinking, I bet when you think about it, Smokey Robinson probably had it quite easy compared to the Miracles. And Ray Charles, his gig was a doddle compared to the Raylettes. And what about Gladys's Pips, working so hard? The unsung heroes. The 4 snakes behind the king snake. It's a bit of fun. Thank you, Mike. Oh, big hi to Kenny and Pauline from Chester, and Judy and David back again. Fantastic. Thank you, Richard. Superb fivesome. I like that. A fivesome. That's not a word you hear very often, is it? A fivesome. 5 snakies for the price of 1. It is a great tune. Yes, well done, Joe, indeed. I haven't done any vocals apart from you lot singing along, so I thought perhaps I'd do Georgia for you, and you'll sing along to that as well. I know you will. Accompanied by the wonderful Robin Smith, who you've met before. This time he's not in vision. This is a track that he sent me for your delectation. So I get some piano backing behind me to keep me in tune. And speaking of Ray Charles, as we just were, this is very much associated with the man. And what a great man he was. Go on, son. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Hey, so Georgia, oh Georgia, yeah, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Yeah. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see peace I find. Yeah, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see that road leads back to you. I said Georgia, I said Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia. Oh, an old sweet song keeps Georgia, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia, yeah. Keeps Georgia on my mind, yeah. Nice. Thank you, Robin. You were nice as well. Great man, Mr. Robin Smith of Cheltenham. It's a posh place, isn't it? He lives in a posh house as well, but not the whole house. I'm having a dig there. Jealous? Me? Nah. That is a beautiful place. I want to get Robin back on the show in person, in vision, live and direct before too long, I'm sure, because he's like me. He's having ideas and wanting to get things together and hook up and play. That's what we want to do. We want to play. We love playing. Georgia on my mind. Let me see. Are you still there? What are you saying? Rocking on my porch. Yep. Hi, Ron. Hi, Liz. A reptilian quintet. Love it. Well, I think I've got one more tune in me. And then we'll say our goodbyes. I'll go and eat some rice pudding. I advise you to go and do the same. Maybe. But I'll say goodbye before we go. I'm glad we got the picture sorted out. We'll do the rest tomorrow. So tomorrow, back 7 o'clock. Bit bouncier tomorrow. 7 o'clock Sunday. Bit less bouncy. I'm hoping that Gareth Moulton will join me on Sunday. And there'll be some handpan. I don't know what's happening tomorrow. But something will happen. Good things will happen. And I hope you'll be here to share them. Spread the word. Give us likes. Subscribe to the channel. Spreading the word is the main thing. Yes, Sharon. Rice pud. Every time I open that fridge, I see it, and then we keep forgetting to eat it. We'll have one to finish off with called Refuge. And I love this tune, even though I half wrote it. I could claim for modesty. I like the other half best that Mr. Paul Birchall wrote. No, I love it all. I don't know how old it is. Doesn't matter. 7, 8 years, maybe more. Some you come back to, some you don't. Most you come back to, like old friends. This is Refuge. And you do tell all your friends. And your family. Don't forget your family. Tell everybody. This is the place to be on a weekend. The Refuge, Mr. Paul Birchall, and the boys. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you, Richard and Anne, for those gifts, and thank you, Yak, and thank you to you kind people who've splashed money our way. But that's not the reason we're here. We're here to share grooves and music and silly stories and keep ourselves smiling, which we've done. You're all smiling, clapping hands and smiley faces, even the guy in the mask. Find a jug of peas in the microwave round about now. Yeah, that's easily done, isn't it? Things left in microwaves. It could be a whole theme for a show. You're all marvellous. Now, safe journey home. Send us a text when you're safely tucked in. If you're driving home, don't forget the car. We've all forgotten our cars, haven't we? Keep the claps going. Keep saluting the heroes. Lovely evening, guys. Thanks for being here.